Jazz fall in the opener to the Detroit Pistons. Final score tonight, 92-87. It got down to a possession-by-possession game down to the end. The Jazz, who only won 3 games all of last year, coming from behind in the fourth quarter, tried to go get one tonight. Weren't able quite to get that done. What were your thoughts on let's just start backwards on the close of this game and how it played out? Jazz really shut down Detroit. They only had, if I have it right, they only had 3 field goals in the fourth quarter of this game. No, that's not right. They had 6 field goals. These new box scores are awful. They were 6 of 19 shooting in that fourth quarter. So we saw the Jazz go a 7-0 run. I think it was actually a little bit bigger than that at one point. It was a 17-9 run over the final 8:46 until the very last part. So the Jazz clamped down, got done what they needed to get back in this game. We saw that elite level defense. We saw them make some plays offense. We saw the different weapons. We saw all the things they needed to see. They just, in the end, Derek misses a mid-range jumper that probably wasn't the right shot with that time of shot clock. And Alec had a good look on one late that could have tied it. Just didn't hit it. Ron, one thing I always look at early in seasons is teams' box scores on the shot attempts. It's curious to me to kind of look at who used how many possessions and whether that team understands who they are. Tonight, the Jazz, Gordon Hayward ends up with 11 shot attempts. Favors ends up with 15. Rodney ends up with 15. And Alec ends up with 14. There's no question those are the 4 guys that didn't take our shots, but is that the right too early?
Those 3 guys are working for something.
They went to the big triple wing lineup late. It worked well. It got them back in the game. And it's probably something, and I've said this to you, it's an unnatural lineup for a coach. I almost feel like he's got to commit to it earlier in games. Just our first substitution every night is Alec Burks off the bench for the point guard, or else you just don't ever get to that lineup. And if it turns out that really is one of our better lineups, then the only way you get to it, because it really is not a lineup that there's no part of a game that's going to ever, unless you just commit, that that's how you play.
I disagree with that. You have to go line up, play the lineup like that. I think that they do work, but I totally agree with you that if that's the lineup that you play it, then play it, and let these guys to make them happen. I really agree with that.
The Jazz getting word that they're not hearing Ron very well. Is that possible? I'm hearing Ron fine, and it looks like the meters are all right. So hopefully that turns out to be the case. Neto got the start tonight. Hood got the start tonight. What was your thought on how that could work?
He does some things up there that the Trey doesn't do. I like Trey. Because he can play with the ball in his hands. Did not shoot, did not show very well tonight, but that doesn't mean tomorrow night.
Rudy Gobert was more active tonight. 12 rebounds tonight. He looked like, and he impacted the game a great deal. He had 3 block shots. He looked, and the Jazz hold the Pistons at 40% shooting night. They did get the line, and not having done the math to figure out what was a good or bad defensive night yet, because it was a fairly slow game. It was very little fast breaking. The Pistons had 6 fast break points, and the Jazz had 2. so almost no fast break in this game. But Rudy kind of had to bounce and looked like the impactful player we expected to see.
Yeah, especially early in the ball game. Tell me he was well prepared and he knew what he was going up against with Drummond because he was very active. He used his body very well. But after offensive rebounds, even when he had no chance of getting them, just trying to keep Drummond from getting them. And I thought he was very good. I thought his energy level was very high there.
And this might be the toughest matchup he has all year. If he's going to struggle with anything, it's going to be if he doesn't struggle. He's got as good agility and movement as any big guy in the league. So the guys he's going to struggle with are the behemoth guys. And Andre Drummond's the biggest big man in the league.
Very strong. He uses his body very well. Jumps very good. And so this is a great challenge for him the first game of the year.
Derek Favors was fabulous. He finished with 26 points. He had 6 rebounds. He was 10 of 15 shooting. He really played as well as I've seen him off the pick and roll, mid-range jumper. He did everything tonight for the Jazz to keep it in this game.
You like to see that, and he did miss it. The one record, he did miss it on that play. That jumper that was sitting in the lead. That's
Jazz fall this one 92 to 87, and the big, there's two things you look at this, and I think that are different than they expected. 2 of 12 from 3. So Rodney Hood's part of it, he was 0 for 7, and they were good looks. They were not, other than the final one that was blocked by Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, which was a great play. They were pretty good, wide open looks you'd expect Rodney to make. But the Jazz only have 2 3-pointers the entire game, and I'm certain you didn't expect the only guy to make a 3 of it would be Howell Leonard.
did not, David, looking at the stat sheet, you mentioned 2 of 12 from the 3-point line, 1 clear off the bench on a 3-point shot for Eagles. Alec Burks, we were wondering if he's going to take 3 or 4. He's a better player. He likes to get to the basket.
This might be his night. I mean, he has 18 points on 14 shot attempts, which is pretty hard to argue with. That's a pretty efficient night, but he goes to the line 7 times to do it. He hits 6 of his 7 free throws. He does get 6 rebounds, which is fabulous out of the guard position. He made a bunch of big plays late. I mean, this may be Alex's game. Problem with that is then when you have Trevor on the floor with him, or you have Favors on the floor with him, or you have Gobert, you have 3 of your 5 guys who aren't stretching the floor and don't have any basketball gravity. That makes it hard to run an offense. And isolate Alec and his performance right there, that is fine. That is definitely good enough. That is efficient. The problem is on the mix he's playing with, on a team that's playing 2 bigs, it's not great. If he's playing with Ilya Silva and Tulliver's bigs on Detroit, hey, no problem. I got a guy that doesn't shoot threes because my other 3 guys do. That's not the case with this team. 6 of 7. Worth noting, the Jazz did not have Trevor Booker tonight. He was one of the highest-rated offensive rebounders in the NBA last year. The Jazz only got 4. He might have been able to garner another possession or 2 here and there, and you never know what happens in a 5-point game to get that possession. The Jazz fall tonight. They lose by 5. They lost the most games of any team in the NBA last year by 5 or less, same time with Phoenix, and they only won 3 games all year when trailing going to the 4. So a lot of little growth steps, opportunities tonight, none of them taken. We'll see if they can do it in Philadelphia or Indiana. On behalf of Ron, I'm David. This has been POSTCAST. Have a good night. Be safe.